I'm going to take two equations which in a previous video I solved for via a different method, and this time solve these two equations with the two unknowns via addition, or elimination it's sometimes called. I'm going to take these two equations, combine them into one, and in doing that I have the hopes of one of these variables disappearing. Let me show you. If I was to take these two equations and add them together right now, I would take everything on the left and add together just like I would in any case. 2x plus 4x is 6x equals 2y plus 5y is 7y plus 1. If these top two equations are valid, this is also a valid equation, one that we can use. But we're trying to get the x's and y's by themselves so we can know their value. Since this third equation I created didn't do that, this is really a useless thing that I just did. There's no purpose to it, at least not for solving for them. We're going to take these two equations and change them so that next time we do add them together, that something will cancel out. Well, we know that if we take two numbers and add them together, and one is the negative of the other, the sum of them comes to 0. So let's take this first equation, equation 1 and equation 2. Let's take equation 1, 2x equals 2y plus 1. This is actually an equal sign. And let's multiply it by negative 2, the whole thing, negative 2. So we have 2x times negative 2 is negative 4x equals 2y times negative 2 is negative 4y plus 1 times the negative 2 is the negative 2. Yeah. Now, let's add this to the first equation we had before. Or I'm sorry, the second equation. I took equation 1 and I multiplied it by a negative 2. So I'm going to add equation 1 to equation 2. I'm going to bring it down here. I've got 4x equals 5y. Now these two equations right here, once again, I'm going to add them together in hopes that something eliminates itself. Negative 4x times the 4x is, oh, what do you know? Cancels out. It eliminates. This is why this is sometimes called solving by elimination. Negative 4y plus 5y is just y minus 2. Add 2 to both sides. This one came out pretty easy. We have 2 equals y. Awesome. Same value we got in the previous method by using substitution. Now if I take this y equals 2, and I plug back in either of the previous equations, equation 1 or equation 2, I should get my x value. Let's take 4x equals 5y, equation 2. Let's substitute y into the equation. 4x equals 5 times 2 now. 4x equals 10. Divide both sides by 4. X equals, excuse me, 2.5. This is good news, because the last time we solved this using substitution, we got these exact same answers. Either method is acceptable for solving two equations for two unknowns. One is not better than the other. They both will get you the same answer. However, in some cases, it's easier to use one or the other. The way for you to figure out which is best for you, is simply practice. Awesome.